Hi everyone, today I'm not going to be talking about your aunt. I promise you I will not be talking about your addict sister, but today we're going to be talking about you. How do you value yourself? And this has a lot. I'm now transitioning to pillar number 3 of healing, which is loving God by knowing God and knowing yourself. And if you're not following religion, you can apply this with spirituality by having a creator or thinking of a higher power. So, I want to ask you a really good question. What is your worth? What is your value based upon? Is it based upon society standards, beauty, wealth, status? Is it based upon your mom and dad's expectations? Is it based upon what others think of you? Social media following? How many people are following you? Is it based upon what your partner thinks of you? If you're married or not, have kids or not? The success of that relationship or the failure of that relationship? Are you defined by the worst thing you did, the best thing you did? So, unfortunately, like, women may be told that they are only valued for their virginity or their youth or beauty in certain movements or cultures, and men may be told that they're only valued if they have money, status, and physical strength. So, what happens when you value yourself based upon these very materialistic ideals? And material, I mean physical and earthly, like pertaining to this world. That's what I mean by material ideals. So, if I value myself upon these things, and I think all of us are doomed to fail. Like, if we want to attribute ourselves to any of these standards, eventually life is so humbling, it catches onto us, and we will violate any of these standards. So, what happens if you value yourself based on society's materialistic standards? You have low self-esteem because it won't match up. You'll always have somebody more beautiful, smarter, more intelligent, more accomplished. It can cause depression, body dysmorphia, or even gender dysmorphia, because you're not, like, according to society standards of femininity or masculinity or whatever there is in between. So I want to challenge you to accept a value system that is not based on anything material or anything earthly. And I think this will help you and help me, help all of us, not fall into this trap where we fall short. And that is, what if we value ourselves based on a metric that is not material? Nothing to do with beauty, nothing to do with investments, nothing to do with body image, nothing to do with wealth or intelligence or achievements. But what if we truly strive to value ourselves based on how God views us, or how this larger power views us? And this is unearthly. That's what I'm trying to say. Something that's pertaining to earth and outside of this world. Like, extra out of this world. So how do you think God views us? How do you think spirituality focuses? What do you think spirituality focuses on? It focuses on our hearts. So it focuses on things like sincerity, honesty, virtue, forbearance, patience. But again, it's not me or you who judge who has patience, who has forbearance, who has this beauty in the heart. I can't look in your heart, you can't look in my heart. So what's really freeing is that nobody can judge anybody else. Only God or this superior power can judge you and look in your heart and value you, or put you above somebody else or somebody below anybody else, right? And this means that we should be very careful on who we overlook in society, because it might, they might not be known in earth. Like, this person may be valued by God or this higher power and be very well known by all the angels in the sky, but unknown to us because he has 0 followers. He or she's not on the internet. They're off the grid. They're living in the middle of nowhere. And they're just they have a pure heart, free of prejudice, free of racism, free of bigotry. And they treat people all the same, regardless of gender, regardless of material wealth. And they're not judgmental. These people, they're not judgmental. And that's why God or this high power loves them so much, because they understand that they're only obsessed with their deeds and with how God views them. So, my question that I would like to say to you is, if you had to pick one way of valuing yourself, do you want to be valued in the heavens or do you want to be valued on earth? Earthly material, or heavens, which is extraterrestrial, like extra, like spiritual realm. I'm telling you, if you choose just one, I would never just choose the earthly material thing, because I'm setting myself up for failure. If I'm only valued for my beauty, what if acid comes up on my face? If I'm only valued for my youth, well, I'm only young for such a short amount of time. If I'm, for my physical strength or ability, what if a calamity happens and I lose my arm or leg, an accident or cancer or something? My health, what if I'm sick? My virginity only lasts so long, and then if I get married, I'm no longer a virgin. So, based on society's standards, I'm no longer valuable. But to God, that's not what I'm going to be based on. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, this would be so freeing if we love ourselves and seek only the Creator on how He views us. We can make right decisions, we can make moral decisions, we can sleep really well at night. And I'd like to end this with a few quotes from Viktor Frankl's book, which is Man's Search for Meaning. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. He also said, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So this is amazing because we all have, it's all about perspective. And when we free ourselves of the material world, we'll be able to connect with our authentic selves and what gives you least anxiety. But if we're always catching up with the Joneses, trying to get bigger lips, trying to get bigger behinds, trying to get bigger body parts, trying to look younger, you're focusing on the things that really don't matter. And the more that you're just worried about how God perceives you, not people, the more you will do the inner work, the more God will give you healing, whether it's from those unhealthy attachments in childhood or the trauma or the survival adjustments that you had to make. You have a relationship with God, that love will help you heal. I'm telling you, that love will help you heal. And you will realize that your value is not based on your body parts, it's not based on your bank account. And the biggest testament to that is what's going on in Gaza right now. They did this mental exercise way before, all this happened. And that's what I recommend to you. I think we all need this exercise. What if I lost my limbs? What if I lost my beauty? What if acid came on my face? What if I lost my child? Am I still worthy? Does my life still have meaning? And yes, it does, because this life is just a test. Life is incredibly humbling. Believe me, you will lose a lot more than you ever think you will. And we have to be prepared mentally for these things in the good days, not to be anxious about it. Be thankful, but realize this is not what makes you you. And whatever is given to us now is a gift. That gift can be taken. And if we lose the gift, it doesn't mean that God hates us, doesn't mean that we're doomed, doesn't mean that we're cursed. It just means, you know what? I need to really realize my value was never attached to these things. And this is a test. So I'm here to tell you, this will help you heal. Focusing on what you are, knowing who you are, not in anybody else's eyes, but on God's eyes, knowing God, having a relationship with God, having that spiritual compass, having that, it will help you get to know who you authentically are, and it will help you in the bad times as long as you acknowledge it in the good times as well.